Well. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully, everyone's week has gone good. Hopefully, you're excited to see what topics are about, what we talk about. Anyways, before I forget, welcome everybody into the chat, and welcome to all the members. I'm still kind of what do you call it? Stage fright, if you want to call it that, or shocked how many members are on the channel. Vibes does not feel like he deserves that. So I appreciate each and every one of you being a part of the team.
I'm pretty sure the members have spoken about that, though. They have decided that they would like to be part of the membership. So that's great. We're happy to have them.
Well, thank you, DJ.
The more, the merrier.
Yeah. Sometimes maybe it just vibes, but it feels like. Yeah.
First of all, what you mean you don't deserve that?
I don't. Vibes do not deserve it. There.
I don't understand what you're saying, but okay.
Here in a bit, I will.
Because you only have like 5 videos, right? Because you haven't put in any work, right?
Okay. Exactly. And we got Mariah and TJ. Mariah's back in the house.
She is spicy tonight, friends.
She is back in the building. Hey, Sam. Wait. This one in.
No, Steven. Vibes was saying that he appreciates all the members, but he doesn't think he deserves it, and we were correcting his inaccuracies in what he was thinking.
Yeah. My apologies, y'all. I'm probably thinking wrong.
If he keeps it up, a beating and waterboarding with cottage cheese are going to be the least of his concerns.
We were correcting his inaccuracy about his feelings of inadequacy. Ooh.
Huh. I like what you did there.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see if something's working over here. Sorry, y'all, as I work out the technical difficulties. There. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was weird. Hey, MNC's in the house. Okay, it is working. The participant. Okay, I'm going to give you all a little bit of time while we start hanging out, talking about the topic, and then I will welcome everybody in. How about that? Let y'all have some time come to say hi.
Beautiful. Great idea.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Careful. I might get embarrassed.
Anyways. You'll be all right.
Topic. How do you ensure your aquatic creatures get enough to eat?
I wish you would tell me, because this has been something I've been struggling with lately. And I use the term struggle loosely, because it probably is all 100% vibes mental. But I've got several tanks where ensuring that all the fish in the tank get food is something that's definitely on my mind. I've got 2 tanks of African cichlids that are really community breeding, right? They're colony breeding. I don't remove the babies. Shell dwellers that's normal, right? But still, you've got multiple ages of babies, different sizes. And then I've got my Paracyprochromis, the deep water fish. I'm not exactly sure if they're a fish that usually colony breeds or not, but mine do. And so there I've also got babies of different sizes and parents that are extremely fast. And then I look at my community aquarium. And so I went on a little bit of a very small spree of buying species of Corydoras.
Nice.
Not a lot, but I added a set of 7, I think I have, stir-buys that I got from Elfish from Dave as part of that we did here on YouTube. And lots of tetras and a fairly food aggressive angelfish and a bunch of different things. And so these thoughts just kind of go through my mind of how do I make sure that I don't starve any of these folks to death, right? That's a real thing. And I'm going to stop what I'm talking right now because just entered the chat was Jenna P. If you guys don't know, today is Jenna's birthday. Happy birthday.
You mean this young lady?
This young lady has a birthday today.
Happy birthday. I know I can't sing, y'all, but happy birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday, Jenna.
Jenna.
A toast. Jenna, this is for you. You're awesome. She is the backbone of this community.
The water here.
So thank you, TJ, for reminding me of that. I toasted my mind.
Yep, no problem. I saw her come in the chat, and I had wished her happy birthday earlier in the day, and I just wanted to make sure we recognize it here formally because I see her joining us, spending some of her day with us.
Yeah. Hey, Jenna, you really need to go celebrate your birthday. Instead of hanging out with us crazy guys, go ahead.
Wait. No. No. We really need to after the stream. We're really gonna have a serious chat with you here, sir, because
this could end bad for me, y'all.
None of this negativity, right? We are delighted she joined us for what is a weekly fun show that we do here. We are happy that she and all of our other friends have joined us. But we understand that they're here because they enjoy the show too. So let's be reasonable with how we're positioning things.
I like what Rachel has to say. Put your feet up and have Steven bring you warm cake.
Nope, Coke.
Coke?
But maybe Coke and cake. Why not both?
Even better.
Right? Or a Coke. Have you heard of a Coca-Cola cake?
I have.
No, it's good. I haven't had one in forever and a day, but it's not as much Coca-Cola in it as I think you're picturing, Mariah, based on the face you're making right now.
We ordered it in, and so the Coke was automatically cold.
I bet that thing smelled crazy.
No.
By the way, y'all, a couple of y'all in the chat had asked, I'm not making nothing fancy tonight. It's just hamburger helper, just some real quick and basic and for poor people like me.
I actually have a Coke with ice and had a piece of cheesecake. Nice. Good.
Which is also
oh my God,
cold.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you definitely, Stephen, could have microwaved the Coke for her. That would have been a nice touch.
I would hope the cheesecake is cold. Otherwise, you probably would have been in for a pretty bad stomach problem.
Wait, what's that?
I said I would hope the cheesecake was cold. Otherwise, your stomach probably would be pretty messed up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys are hilarious. Jennifer the Coke being real.
Yeah.
Medium well is crazy.
I don't know what you did.
So, okay. Sorry about that. I wanted to divert us before we got too far away, but Steven says slightly pink in the middle. Yeah. That's the proper Coke. That's the proper Coke temperature.
Yeah. And now I have to go try me a Coke, a medium well, and see how it tastes.
Yeah, just pop it in the microwave for a little bit. You'll be in good shape. I don't recommend doing it in the can, but you know.
That would be. Hey,
I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all gotta try. Y'all gotta get you one of those.
What kind of dry?
Blackberry ginger ale.
Blackberry.
Ooh, now I haven't tried one of those.
I give this like a 9.7 out of 10.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a high score. Huh. Okay, good to
And
know.
I'm not a big soda person at all.
Mm-mm.
So that's
Wow. Okay.
chef's kiss.
Okay. Excellent.
Hey, you know what?
Hmm.
Since we're talking about Coke so much,
Yeah.
I have
Uh-oh.
something in the fridge I have not tried yet. And I was debating about doing on a live stream. I think
Yep.
now's the time.
Uh-oh. Okay. Right, it's up to
I
us
thought
until
that was about to make a hard left turn for a second.
I wasn't really sure where we were headed. Oh, he's back.
Back in action.
Oh, you have shown this can off, I think, a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago.
This is
the Coke Oreos.
yeah, and this is the
Oreo
zero
Coke.
sugar.
Zero sugar,
Yeah.
Coke, Oreo flavored, and do you
What's
have
the
actual?
point?
Huh?
Wait a
Are
minute.
What?
Did they make all of them zero sugar, or is that just the zero sugar version of that one?
I don't know.
Because the only ones I've actually seen are all zero sugar. My question then becomes,
Same.
what is the freaking point of not putting? You're making it Oreos and Coke on top of each other. Why not just go ahead and put the dang sugar in it?
I don't know.
It's already incredibly unhealthy. You might as well just put real sugar.
Right? Anyways, but hey, I figured when's better time to try it out than here on a live stream?
All right, let's do it. Tell us what you think.
Hey guys, do you see me?
I see you, but you're frozen.
I am frozen.
You are now, yes.
We can hear you though.
Okay, I don't see myself on my camera at all. My computer just flashed completely blank screen and then came back. So I'm just trying some things here to see if I can get it to fix.
Yeah.
At least you can hear me, so I'll
Yeah,
stay
we can hear
here.
you, it's up to you. If you want to step out, and come back, and you're more welcome to.
Okay, you try your Coke. I'll step out and then let me back in.
All right, that works.
All right,
I'll see you back in a bit.
Yep.
Okay, while TJ is gone, y'all. Hey, there's that. I survived this, y'all. It's
Bottoms up.
whoa! I should not smelled it. I should not smelled it, y'all. It smells exactly
It smells crazy, don't it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It tastes like it too. Yuck.
Ugh.
Exactly like it's supposed to be, y'all.
That's because chocolate and vanilla cream cookies don't go with whatever the fruit flavor Coke is.
Right. And Jeff Karen said it was an oil Coke and broke your computer, TJ.
I mean, the timing was uncanny, so I think Jeff may be on to something there.
And it just so happened that you came back as I opened the Canada Dry.
So now we have
a
soda taste off. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, hold on.
What I'm really excited for is when you guys switch cans. You didn't prepare that part of the
What if we could just like reach over?
Well, that's what I mean. Like I was prepared for you guys to switch
wrong
cans
side.
here.
Reach over. I come back with a Coke.
That would be cool.
That was kind of what I was waiting for.
Next time.
Okay. So now, Vibes, do you have actual Oreos there that you can have with your Oreo Coke?
No. I mean, I got fake ones.
Okay.
Did you get the Coke flavored Oreos?
I have, and those are nasty.
Not good, huh? Okay.
Those have pop rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, the Oreos are supposed to be Coke flavored, and then they have Pop Rocks in them, so it's supposed to simulate the fizziness of the Coke.
I tried two. I was it.
I haven't tried them, but I don't want to. I'm not spending my money on that.
But I would say, hey, between this and the Oreo cookies, This is definitely better.
Okay. Better,
And
but
the zero sugar.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't really affect it. In my book.
Not something you'll add to the regular rotation though. It's fine, but not good.
Does it have sorbitol or maltitol in it? Or aspartame?
Aspartame.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what's that?
Ugh. It's artificial sweetener.
Anyways,
it's a chemically created sweetener that's just as bad for your body as real sugar is, and beverage companies like to tell us that it's not. You're like, oh, just drink a diet one. Oh, just drink a zero sugar one. Like, no, your body still processes it the same way. But
I'm done.
Back to our topic, though. I have a question for you, TJ.
Yes, ma'am.
So you mentioned having like all the babies and stuff in your tank, along with the adults and stuff. Of course, everybody's different sizes and things of that nature.
Sure. Yep.
So when you're feeding, do the babies kind of stay in the same general area all to themselves, and the adults kind of come up to get the food, or how is that? What's the interaction like when you're in the process of feeding?
So I will say for both the Shelleys and the Parasiprochromis, the babies. So the baby Shelleys, in large part, could care less about the adults. They are kind of badasses.
Yeah.
They aren't scared of much of anything. The only thing that scares them is if an adult like dives for a shell. They do the same thing because they think danger is around. Yeah. Other than that, they don't care about any of that. So they will bump noses with an adult Shelly without a problem. But their size difference is immense.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of the thing, right? Is it's the food that an adult could eat is much bigger than a true baby Shelly will ever be able to consume.
Right.
When it comes to the Parasiprochromis, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
They've got a healthy respect, I will call it, for the adults because the size difference is even greater. The adult Parasiprochromis, the males, are like a 4-ish inch fish.
Oh, wow.
And the babies, when they're born, are somewhere probably between an eighth. I'd say an eighth of an inch is probably about the size of a baby Parasiprochromis when the mother releases it. They're huge, but not in comparison to those biggest of the Parasiprochromis. So they have a healthy respect and stay out of their way. But they won't shy away from food as long as it's kind of in the general area, right? So I tend to have, my method tends to be kind of like flooding the area with food so that everybody kind of has a little bit of like a piece of a cloud of food to go after.
Now, when you are feeding, do the babies still kind of stay where they are, or do they kind of come up like and interact with the different levels of the water with the adults?
So the Shelleys will go all the way to the surface. They have no issue going.
With their bravery, that makes sense.
They have no issues with that. The Parasiprochromis are a different kind of fish in that they do tend to hang out a little higher in the water column anyways. And so the babies will sort of be in that mid to top third of the water most of the time normally. But they do cloud kind of together, right? It's a safety in numbers kind of thing. Because again, they still have a little bit of that. They're not sure, are they safe? Are they not safe? So
have you ever tried using like a dropper when you're feeding for them?
Dropper?
I've seen it where people will use like a long dropper and they essentially mix the food. If it's a dry food, they mix a little bit of the food with some water to kind of turn
Yep.
it into a liquid,
Yep.
and they stick it down to where the majority of the babies are, and they just squeeze
Mhm.
it directly into their area,
Yeah.
so that way the babies can eat while the adults eat as well,
Got
and
it.
they're not trying to compete for it.
So I haven't done that because technically with both of those species, they start on flake food.
Yeah.
They're big
Hmm.
enough that I
Yep.
don't have to do like so like what you're talking about, I've definitely done with like the white clouds
Mm-hmm.
where they need
Hmm.
like powdered food to start off with because they are so small that you have. So
Hmm.
I probably could do it with a flake food and mix it all up and that
Oh
kind of
yeah.
a thing. And yeah. I have not tried that though. That's an interesting concept.
Or even if you were to for instance, like take a plastic tube or something like that
Hmm.
and put it down into the water, like just push it directly into the water to keep the air
Yeah.
into it, and then
Hmm.
put the flakes straight into the tube so it just feeds them straight down into the water where they are.
Mm. Yeah, like a
That'll
piece of
work.
PVC or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. And that may work for
Um.
my Cory situation as well, because that one is almost even more challenging because
Hmm.
the other fish in that aquarium are more aggressive,
Right.
Yeah, and I
like
would assume
eaters.
they probably don't leave too much
No,
leftovers for the Cory to snack on.
no. So that's one where I have to be really careful how I feed and what I feed, because I need
Right.
some of it
Hmm.
to drop down low, so that they have
Right.
the opportunity to rummage around while everybody else is kind of in the middle of the water or at the surface. So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that one is even more of the challenge, is making sure that because they're not aggressive eaters. The Corys are not. They will
No, not at
hide.
all.
These Sturbis will go and hide behind. I've got a decent sized bulbitis, and they'll go back in the corner and hide behind it and stay there. And so
Mm.
by the time everybody else has kind of figured it out, it could be too late. So I've been trying to sort of figure
Right.
that out. But yeah, this is the one thing that kind of caused me to think about this topic, just because it's a bit of a challenge for me, and just making sure again, and it
Right.
maybe all be in my head. I don't think I've lost a fish because they've truly starved to death, but the kind of thought process is there.
Right.
And the other thing,
We're ready.
oh,
20.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was change the subject. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say the other thing is that will drop in I will drop in like a wafer of some sort, like a pellet, like a big one for the Corys.
Mm-hmm.
And the angelfish will eat until he looks like he's eaten the whole pellet. Like that's how big his stomach becomes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And so it's like, my God, man. Like I fed you your regular food, and then you went down and you had to go after the pellet. And the Corys are like, they're getting nothing. So I'm like, this
Right.
is this is ridiculous.
That's pretty
Uh.
funny that you've
Do
got
you have?
an angel that's that aggressive with the
He
food.
likes to eat.
Typically,
Is there
angels
any?
are pretty peaceful eaters for the
Yeah, I
most part.
mean, he doesn't like go after anybody necessarily, but he goes after the food like it's gonna be his last meal for
Oh
forever.
yeah.
What you got, vibes?
So do you have like a waymaker or a power head or a hang on back filter in that tank?
Mm.
Hang on back, yes.
Uh, do you put the food in the waterfall?
In the waterfall, partly yes. I kind of try and spread it
Yeah.
across the whole length of the aquarium, to try and spread it out as much as possible. I also
Mhm.
like to try and get it so that it goes kind of between the plants a little bit, so that it's not as easy to find, and then
Right.
the Corys kind of rummage around and find it. So yeah, what I find myself doing is I find it being a situation where like food is just everywhere. It's like it's snowing food, and
Right.
I don't want to overfeed, but I want to just make sure that
Right.
everybody kind of
But
gets.
yeah, but you do have sort of a cleanup crew down there, so overfeeding a little bit wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, so that's been kind of the methodology I've sort of been using is to kind of do that, because I've also got some Amano shrimp, and I've got a panda loach, right, which is a cool little guy.
Right.
And he is not
You know
afraid
how
of
else
any.
you can get over the Now, how else you can get over the overfeeding issue? Just add more filtration. Get another hang on back.
Yeah, but I don't want to get to a point where I make a mess, like
Right.
rotting stuff everywhere. I mean, that won't exactly solve that problem.
No.
I haven't really had that issue myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I tell you, I feed these guys like 2 to 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Some days, like most days, I feed them twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
And you would
they're a
think with
vicious bunch.
the amount of fish that are in here, and as much as they're going to be pooping with that much food,
Yep.
that it would be all kind of gross. But even when I go to take out the filtration and just rinse everything off, it's really not that bad, because I've got 2 hang-on backs, the wave makers, and the internal power filter as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could pretty much drop a whole container of food in there, and I mean, I wouldn't do that, of course, but I could drop a whole little small container of food in there, and they'd be perfectly fine with it. They'd be munching on it for days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These guys are greedy.
Oh, yeah. They're also good sized fish. I mean, I think if I had that much filtration and current in my aquarium, my tetras would be blowing around like they were like in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Right. But have you tried feeding a variety of size food?
Well, kind of, yes. Kind of.
Yeah.
So like on the days if I feed like a wafer, right, that sinks immediately, right, and then usually I follow that up with pellets or flakes or whatever for what should go for the rest of the people, the fish in the aquarium. That's when they mix and they decide that all of it's for them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, but continue your thought. Where were you going with that?
About that, that thought, I do want to welcome everybody in. Which we're already 28 minutes in. Sorry, y'all. I should have done it earlier. The participant list.
Go for it.
All right. I hit refreshed. We got Way, or while we are gelling, Shady Grady, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, Fish Wit, Jody P, Box Dorson, Stephen P, Outside Aquatics, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums, Empire Dirt Aquatics, Only Oscars, Dennis Christensen, Seville Steve, Jim Fish, Boots and Cats, Jenna P, Linda Worth, MNC, Fish on Link, Vinowski, DD Finden, SWFL Aquatics, George RB3, Fallon Aquatics, Cheryl Smith, Akim Nature Aquariums, and Kalish. Wow, welcome in, y'all.
What a good crowd. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And I see Stephen White's comment. You realize in the wild, fish go days, even longer with no food available and are fine. Yeah, and like when I go on vacation, I'll leave them for a week, and it's not really a big deal, except if they're little babies or something like that. I tend to not love to do that unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, so I recognize that, but what I don't know, right, is unless I sit down in front of the aquarium and I actually watch them eat, I'm never sure if they're getting food or not. Now I'm sure they must be, because they've been here long enough that they don't look emaciated or anything like that. But I just don't want it to get to that point. So that's what kind of has caused me to really start to think about how to do this in a way that's more likely to be successful than not.
Right.
It's funny you
And I
said
do
that
want
because
to,
oh, sorry about that vibe. Go ahead.
I do want to share about Secret Santa 2024, y'all. If you want to be a part of it, the deadline, what is it? This weekend, or is it again next week? I'm not sure.
I didn't hear an update, Vibes.
Was it?
Did they update this site? Remember last week it showed a TBD?
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It looks like
The
it still
deadline.
says sign up deadline
TBD.
TBD.
Deadline is the 24th, is what Jenna is saying.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So y'all still have a couple days if you want to be part of the Secret Santa 2024, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a great experience. I had a great time last year, and yeah, I will be. I'll be joining it as well this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's gifts. You know, it's a way for the community to yeah.
It's just a fun thing to do with nice people, yeah.
Right. Yep. So that was just a reminder to everyone that you still have a few. You got a couple days yet to join up. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think
And
that's all I got on my side. Sharing.
Foxy just joined us. She said she's
Hey,
sorry she
Foxy.
forgot to set up the send over. Don't worry about it, Foxy. We understand
Don't
that
worry about it.
it
It's
happens.
all good.
You get busy, and we got a great
Yeah.
crowd over here, so they found us anyways.
Right. Thanks, Foxy. And there's the
No, I
link.
was just gonna say a minute ago that it's funny that you said something about the food with the babies, like when you leave for vacation.
Yeah.
Because when we were in Daytona just recently, I actually did lose 2 fish,
No.
and my neighbor, my poor neighbor, started freaking out, and he thought it was his fault because I had him coming in checking in on him and just kind of dropping a little bit of
Yep.
food here and there.
Yep.
Because they didn't need much. We were only gone for a couple of days. And I had told him that I lost a couple of fish, and he was like, "Oh my God, did I not feed them enough? Did I feed them too much? Like, did I do something wrong?" I was like, "No, you didn't do anything wrong. One of my convict cichlids had babies again, so the mom and dad were probably just being over aggressive.
Yeah.
It's nothing you did. I was
Yep.
like, trust me, they had plenty of food. You're good." That was something that I wasn't expecting, but she just dropped some probably about 2 weeks before we left. So I wasn't expecting her to drop more so soon.
Oh my gosh, that's
But
a quick.
yeah,
That's a quick.
when we got back, there was a bunch of them in there. I mean, they're all gone now, of course. I don't take them out. I just let them. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, oh well. Somebody got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah. Well, for the vast majority, it doesn't seem like it's ever really been a problem. I do have some sort of question if, in some cases, the adults, especially the Parasiprochromis, because I think the colony breeding setup is probably not. It works just fine, but
Right.
it makes me wonder
Mhm.
if they do any snacking.
Yeah. Probably.
Right. And for
I would
me,
imagine so.
right.
Yeah.
And so for me, what I'm trying to do is I do want to raise the babies because they don't do it at an alarming rate.
Right.
Like I took 6 babies to the fish club probably 2 months ago, maybe even 3. And right now I've got probably 8 babies in there of a couple of different groups, and one of the females just started holding eggs again earlier this week. So their rate of regeneration is not what you're experiencing with the convicts.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned about being overrun with them.
Right.
The Shelleys certainly could be,
This
but
convict in here done had more babies than a mama mosquito.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
seems on brand for them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
For
here's
sure.
interesting. How long has this tank been up and running, TJ?
The Shelly tank has been up 4 years ago last month.
Oh wow.
The community aquarium has been up. It'll be 4 years in February.
Okay.
And the
Oh
Paracipra
my God,
is
you are the only person in my life that I've ever heard that pronounced February correctly. You actually pronounced the R.
February.
The first R. Yes, you're the only person I've ever heard in my
Oh, okay.
life that actually pronounced it.
Oh,
It's lovely.
well, thank you.
Continue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And the Paracipra tank has probably been up. It'll be probably 4 years in the spring, I think,
Yeah.
is when I set this one up.
Mhm.
So they're quite established.
Right.
And
That's what I was getting to.
yeah, so I'm sure there is stuff that's in there. Like I said, a lot of this could very well just be a mental thing for me, like in
Yeah.
my head, than it is reality. But it was just one of those where I don't know that there was any kind of definitive answers for this, and so I figured why not we talk about it here and see. Why don't we see if anybody's got any ideas, you guys or anybody in chat, just
Yeah.
to try some different stuff, right?
Right. Most of my tanks I feed. Hey, don't tune me out too much, y'all. Anyway, most of my tanks get fed
7 times a day.
Nope. Maybe 3 times a week at the most.
Wow. Okay.
Now the reason I was asking how long the tank was set up, an established tank should have a breeding colony of food. For
Yeah, small microorganisms and that
Right.
kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. That's part of
Yep.
the ecosystem, right? But now, if you're noticing anything at all about your fish getting sick or skinny, etc., something you got other issues.
Yep.
But a thriving tank, they should be okay. You can skip a day; it shouldn't be an issue.
Yep.
So, and which is also, as a quick side note, by skipping at least 1 day a week in your tank, it helps clean the fish's stomach out that they not have a parasite and get sick.
So I do tend to fast 1 day a week.
Okay.
Right. The only exception are like the baby white clouds, which are doing fantastic, by the way.
Right.
I think
awesome.
I finally cracked the code on how to get those guys to survive without so many losses, because I was doing probably well over 50% death rate typically. And now I'm sure I've lost some. Their numbers were so big coming out of the summer that it's hard to tell. So it hasn't been much. Yeah. So I those guys I feed twice a day, basically every day. Unless I happen to be like gone from home, and it's helping. Like growth rate is drastically different than what I used to experience and things like that. But the other aquariums I do tend to fast.
Yeah. Now if you're trying to breed with profit, y'all, then ignore what I just said.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep feeding them 3 times a day, but you might have to stay at the top of your water meters.
Yeah, for sure.
But most of my fish, or my green fish, ones I actually really enjoy, those are all adults, most of them. So it doesn't affect them at all.
Do your frontoses fall into that category, Vibes?
They do, 100%.
Shocker.
I know, right? Who would have thought?
I didn't know. I thought it might have been on the fence, so I figured I'd ask.
Now they're trying to train me. What they're trying to do. Basically, whenever I come home, they get all excited,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that I'll feed them. It usually doesn't work.
No.
But
they try really hard.
Yeah. And even the loaches, they all school right in front of the glass,
Even your clown loaches.
Yes.
Huh. All the fish in the community aquarium will do the same thing, basically.
Yeah. It's kind of dope seeing them all do it.
Mm-hmm. Big Steve joined us, and he wants to know how your caudapunks are doing.
Hey, Big Steve, welcome in. 6 out of 7 are still alive. Hey, the reason 6 out of 7 still alive. The seventh one jumped out,
No.
and of course, I didn't know it until
He said, "I'm out."
What?
Huh?
Your fish. He said, "I'm out of here."
Yeah. I believe I can fly.
Oh no!
Oh God, nope, nope,
It happens.
nope. Not that one. Not that one.
Mm.
Not allowed.
Anyway, the only reason I know it happened because I saw it dried up on the floor.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
happened
man,
to my male killifish vibes. Was terrible.
Yep. So, but other than
killies are
that,
notorious jumpers.
oh yeah. Now, my Achilles, I do got lit on my Achilles tank.
I did too, but I think I opened it and it kind of moved a little, and it created just enough space at the back that I didn't really notice.
Yep.
And sure enough, at some point, which I still have no idea when, I found the aftermath on the floor.
Right.
There's 2 other fish that I would really love to be able to keep, but I'm too scared to, even with a airtight lid on that tank, because I know they're somehow going to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's an African butterfly fish and a rope fish.
Yep.
They are very crafty and very good jumpers.
They're interesting.
African butterfly fish are so cool. I think I've mentioned them before because they look like they're upside down when they're swimming, and they literally just float on the surface of the water.
And the rope fish are super cool. They have an interesting pattern.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's beautiful. And a lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people think they're eels or related to eels, and they're not.
Yep.
Right.
And they're so freaking cool. It's
kind
of, I don't know, it's kind of like a water dragon to me.
A water what?
Dragon.
A water dragon. Okay, I
can see that a little bit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I actually had 2 of them a couple years ago.
Oh, also a lot of people don't like them. Some people think they're pretty ugly, but the Chinese high-fin shark, those are really cool.
Oh yeah.
They're a little bit more of a colder water fish, but still very cool.
Yeah. They're interesting.
Yeah, it's got another name though.
Yeah, I can't remember it. I'll have to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that was what was on the order form when I used to order them at one of the stores I was at. It was just Chinese high-fin shark is what it was listed as, but I know it's got another name, and I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Rather large.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big.
That's a good point, Jenna P. Brooklyn has 2 ropefish in a lidless tank, but heavily planted and floaters. So maybe they think there's a lid. I like the idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, but I'm sorry, I'm too scared for that. And it would be just my luck that I would spend that money on those fish and they'd be on the floor.
Right.
I would cry. I would probably exit the hobby altogether at that moment. That would be my exit point. I'd be like, I'm out.
Jody P. No, not Jody. Jody P. did make a comment that she would like to have both of those fish, Mariah. And then Alex says that ropefish are in the polypterid family with bichers.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure are.
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a similar look.
They're like a smooth back version. Yeah, they're like a smooth, more snake-like version of the bichers, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, thinner and smaller, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cheryl Smith has African butterflies and ropefish.
Cool.
And I thought she had a lot of blackbeard algae, but it was actually just electric blue acaras.
Right. I do want to shout out Jody P.
You remember that from last week? she was talking about Mariah, you missed it. She was talking about the fish that the babies that she was taking care of, and she listed off a couple of things and EBAs, and every time I saw it,
Right.
I changed it into BBA, like black-beard algae,
Yeah.
instead of electric blue acaras.
Oh
That is
gosh.
a Dennis move. No, not Dennis. Jason.
Oh yeah.
That's a known. Yeah. Cool. But Jody B, thanks for
Jody P
gifting
with 5
5.
memberships.
Woo! I
Woo-hoo-hoo.
gotta check who got it. Outside Aquatics, Big Cat, Collaboration of Curiosities, and Yellowstone Aquatics, Culture Audit Radio. Wow, welcome to the team, y'all. And since you're members, if you're here or if you're watching this, if you haven't got a sticker yet, a vibe sticker, go ahead, email me your address and say that you became a member. And I can send it out to you. Just email me your address if you want a sticker, a vibe sticker. So thanks again, Jody. That was awesome. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go back and finish what I was gonna say because TJ is trying to teach me to that I'm worthy.
I'm rubbing off on you, aren't I?
Yeah. Now I gotta pick one myself.
I like it.
Maybe someday I'll eventually learn.
You will. We'll get you there.
So yeah, thanks again, Jody. That was awesome. And we do got Ed going live in 30 minutes now.
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anything else that vibes you think of when you're feeding fish? That sort of.
Yeah. Usually, okay. This is what I usually do. Say for ventosas. There's big ventosas. There's little ventosas. There's big loaches. The small loaches. Now these are common loaches, right? But
yeah,
there's a variety of sizes of fish in this tank.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll do first, I usually feed the big pellets.
Yeah.
For the big fish, and while they're eating and enjoying it, I'll go ahead and give flakes. I'll go ahead and give some pellets, wafers, the loaches. I'll drop in a lot of fine part. Let me see if I got one. No, I don't. The little pellets, like the stuff you feed nanofish, and with that smaller pellet, all the small fish have a chance to eat without the fish. And also, I do a variety of floaters, fishing food to mid water, and then I do sinking. So there's a big variety of food going in the tank about the same time.
Now I understand your question from before.
And what was that?
Well, I think you asked about feeding different things.
Yeah. And
right.
That's why.
And so now I understand what you're talking about, and that does. I've seen people who have done something similar. So
that way, everybody has a chance. The fast fish can't be that fast, Basically, outdo them.
Because that's the thing, right? Is I've got some of those tetras are like lightning.
Yeah.
Right, and they can consume, because I've got rainbow emperor tetras, which they're good sized fish, and they are crazy fast.
Right.
And so, they can get to food immediately, as can the other tetras. And so that's what I'm really looking for, is to make sure that it gets to the ground, and that the cories can get out and can get after it.
Right.
I think when it comes to the cichlids, right, it's the abundance of the food, right? So it's making sure that there's enough that it's kind of a bit of a cloud of food that goes in the area that those fish are. So some of the things that Mariah said, as far as like trying to target a certain area, that's probably something that could work as well.
Right. Um, uh, uh, yeah, that would work. And the reason I was asking about a Waymaker, that will get the food circling instead of just coming down straight. It will spread it out throughout the whole tank.
Same concept, I suppose, if I put it in the flow of the hang on back.
Yes.
Right.
That's my idea. You're encouraging that food to instead of just go in one spot.
Yep.
I mean, okay. In my tanks that I don't have a Waymaker or hang on back, all I got is a sponge. I actually feed and do different spots of the tank at the same time.
Yep.
So the food coming down in 3 or 4 different spots in the tank. So the fast fish ain't that fast. Go to this spot, eat everything, you know.
Yeah. So that's what Rachel just said, that she mixes the fish food together, different sizes, sinking and floating, all at once, and spreads it because the fast fish can't get everywhere.
Exactly.
Yep, that's a good hint.
Outsmart the fish.
Well, that's probably part of the problem.
Oh,
those guys are rather intelligent. They have finely honed skills at eating as many times a day as they could manage.
Right. And what you could do, TJ, is, I mean, feed a lot more small pellets.
Feed a lot more small pellets.
Yeah. And maybe only a few bigger ones at the top, so the big fish go up there and eat the big pellets. It's take them a little bit of time, right?
Yes.
And that whole time, the small ones will sink to the bottom, so the small fish will have some to eat. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the other thing is I have from time to time like sprinkled a little on the surface so it floats.
Yeah.
And then I would take some in my hand and put it under the water, and that kind of encourages it to sink. Mariah, what you got going on there? Oh yeah.
King's trying to get the food. Get him,
what?
Don't end up in the aquarium there, buddy.
You get him, boy. You good boy. You get him, King. You get him, King. You tell him fishy. Get down, baby.
Here's some fresh seafood.
You such a goofy boy.
Stephen P. just done classic fishing tanks with defrosted slurry of baby brine, spirulina brine, chopped clams, bloodworms, and krill. Nice.
Okay. So he uses
a variety.
He uses the variety and kind of the clouding method as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Are you smarter than a 5-gallon?
If we're talking about vibes, probably not.
Easy now.
Jenna P said, surely everyone in here is smarter than the fish. Hopefully. And Steve said, floating your sinking pellets and also try night feeding. Ooh.
Night feeding? Yeah, so would you night feed cory cats?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So they are a active at night fish as well.
Most of your fish are active at night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there are some that do tend to sleep or chill a lot more at night, but majority, hey, I've even tried it personally with a lot of my things. I'm just kind of curious to see the result. I'll feel at night. They're just as active at night as they're during the day. I don't see any difference. If there's food in the tank, they're eating it. You know.
Okay. Okay.
Same with mine.
Yeah. Even my saltwater.
It doesn't matter what time of day it is. If I'm walking up to the tank, they're all coming up to the glass like, "Oh, you got food, you got food, you got food. Let's eat."
Yeah.
And I could feed them, and then 5 minutes later, come back to the glass with more food, and they're ready to eat again,
And then my
as if I didn't
platies,
even feed them.
on the other hand, they act dead in the dark.
Yeah.
I've literally found them like laying, not necessarily like on their sides, but like down
Yeah.
on the substrate, just sitting
Mhm.
there. And I'm like, oh my God, are you like sick or dead? No, they're fine.
Now, if the lights are off and they've been off for a while, like if I
Yeah.
come when I come downstairs first thing in the morning to turn the lights on, when I
Mhm.
first wake up, it takes them a few minutes after the lights come on to kind of wake up and be moving around and about the tank.
Yeah, yeah.
But during like anytime the lights are on and it's like it could be late at night and I just didn't turn the lights off yet.
Mhm.
If I come to them with food, they're ready. If those lights are on, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I was thinking more
Yeah.
it's like pitch dark. And if I
But,
Oh yeah, no.
drop
See,
something in there, would the Corys eat it?
yeah, but
yeah.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me.
bless you.
No, with these guys, they don't really. Thank you. They don't really eat much. I mean, they don't really even come to the glass if they're like in their kind of sleep state, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Once the lights are off at night and they've settled down.
Yep.
It sounds so funny to say that when they settle down for the night. I mean, they're fish, but you know what I
But they
mean.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do,
But
and they
but
stop moving as
yeah.
fast, and they settle in one spot for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And Mitchell said if they're hungry, yeah, if they're hungry, they're, if they're sleeping, they'll wake up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
So
Kyle says everyone thinks they're smarter than a fish until they have to catch them in a planted tank.
Oh God, yes.
I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or one with
And
like 1,000 ornaments in it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the rocks that I have in some of the aquarium, like the Parasiprochromis tank over
Uh-huh.
my shoulder here. I have to like dismantle it when I want to take babies into the fish club.
Oh yeah.
Steven says you have to
I don't
distract
even
rainbow fish
bother.
pretty. You have to distract fish pretty hard to feed cories and hill streams and gar, but a cloud of food works well. Yeah, okay.
There's your
So
answer.
I don't even
he
bother to
gets
try to catch anything out of this. I have to remove literally everything before I even try it because they're so fast and they
yeah.
know exactly where to hide and how far my
Mm-hmm.
net can reach.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I move fish around or to catch them, that's the first thing I do. I lower the water, pull everything out of the tank, catch them, then put stuff back in again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too much stress on me try to catch them without doing that. It's just like into the water out, catch them, done.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I
If
feel
you're
like it
sleeping,
stresses the fish out a lot more when you have to chase them around the tank trying to catch them, you know?
yes.
Yeah,
If
you're
sleeping
right.
and someone cooks bacon,
Mm-hmm.
you probably wake up if you smell it and you hear
Possible. It's
it.
possible. Yep.
There's a good chance. Especially if you're hungry.
If I'm asleep and somebody's cooking bacon in my house, it's gonna be a bad day.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Mariah. I was like, if somebody's here cooking bacon and I'm sleeping, something has gone horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm. Dinner's ready.
Hi, Cam.
Hey, Cam.
We miss you, buddy.
He says, "Hey, y'all."
Yeah, he's pretty cool, y'all.
Yeah, you got to meet him.
He's going to get his.
I did.
He's going to get his grub on.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, hey, TJ, and I didn't even freak out even there. You know.
No, you maintained your composure.
Yeah, I did. It was hard.
I'm not sure I could do it. You're a stronger man than I am.
Yeah. I should have got his autograph.
Wait,
That's
you didn't?
me. No, I try to keep my composure. You know.
You wanted to keep cool.
Yeah.
I understand.
I hate y'all sometimes.
And when's this?
I love y'all so much, but I fucking hate. I freaking hate y'all sometimes. I'm so sorry. I slipped up, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. That is.
But y'all are great though. I love streaming with y'all, and it was fun. I mean, for y'all to be able to welcome it. It was fun for y'all to be able to meet each other and everybody kind of hang out a little bit when we could.
Right.
Like I said, the crowd was a little bit crazier
A
this
lot of
year as
people.
far as the way people were moving around
Yeah.
in the
Mm.
convention. So it was a lot more difficult to find people or spot people because it wasn't very grid like. It was kind of just explosion all over the place.
Yeah.
I see. So it was like crowds of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit more difficult to kind of, like I said, pinpoint somebody in the crowd. So when I did spot somebody finally, I was like, hey, come here.
Right. That is true. Yeah. Um. But anyways, how do you ensure aquatic creatures not to eat? First time I read that topic, y'all, I thought that ensure that something in a can that you give to older people, the ensure.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
I
Ensure. That stuff is delicious.
I understand what you're saying here. So are you recommending I dump a protein shake for old people in my aquarium?
Hey, listen, first of all, I'm gonna just go on record and say Ensure is delicious, so them people know exactly what they're doing. I will, if it was a little bit more affordable, I would have a case of Ensure in my kitchen right now. Just saying.
Huh. Okay. Getting in touch with
oh,
her future geriatric self.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Oh.
you'll have to deal with your blackberry ginger ale as a stand-in.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Good
delicious.
to know.
Dumping
But
old
as
people
far as the
drinking
topic
my
is
peanut butter
concerned,
and
y'all,
jelly.
I'm gonna be honest.
Uh-oh. Here we
I don't
go.
really pay too much attention to it. And I'm probably gonna get a little flack for it, but I don't really. Well, honestly, it's not that I don't think I. Yes, it is. So I don't really feel like I need to make sure that everybody in this tank is getting enough to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of the fact of the type of fish that I have and the
Yeah.
amount that I feed,
Mm-hmm.
they are not gonna go hungry. They're cichlids. They're bigger species of cichlids too that are pretty aggressive when it comes to just about everything. And they're constantly grazing in the tank, whether I throw food
Right.
in there at that moment or whether it's been 2 days. They're constantly grazing, looking for something to nibble on,
Mm-hmm.
eat on, whether it's microorganisms, algae, and stuff floating in the water or actual food.
Right.
So I don't really feel a need to do a specific type of feeding or feed multiple types of
Mm-hmm.
foods or different levels or anything like that. I just, for the most part, I just have a specific area that I feed in, so that way it kind of spreads throughout the tank because of the wave makers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the larger wave makers on this side at the top, the smaller ones on the bottom. So the circular area of flow is right here. I usually always throw the food in right there, and it drops down and it starts to disperse throughout the whole tank,
Oh
which works
yeah.
perfectly for them.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
And
so I could do
because
something
I've got
similar with the
the
hang on back.
multiple filters as well, it keeps the
Yeah, yeah.
circulation going and it keeps it pushed down to where it needs to be.
Sure.
Yeah. Actually, with the Joseph tank, if I'm lazy, which is pretty regularly, I actually put the food right on the downside of the hang on back filter,
Mm-hmm.
so the water grabs all the food and
Uh-huh.
pushes it down.
Push it, yeah, and spreads it out.
Yep.
And it kind of helps with what Steven was
Mm.
talking about with like clouding the water.
Yep. Same idea. Yeah.
And I have to stand corrected
Yep.
because it appears that Ensure is a popular item with our audience.
Yeah. I didn't realize it.
Mhm. That stuff is delicious, y'all. What you mean?
Oh, I don't know that
And
I've
it's
ever
not
had it.
just a protein shake; it's a meal replacement. It's lit.
Oh,
You could literally use it as a meal replacement.
well, I do like a smoothie as a breakfast. So yeah,
It'd be similar.
yeah.
I said similar, y'all.
Genevieve said Todd is calling us old. Yeah, he is.
No. That I would not do. I can't drink it. It's gross. Uh-oh.
Fishway, I kind of feel the same way.
Those are fighting words, I feel like, in this population.
Yeah, it is. But
Yikes.
hey, I got Asia. She's backing me up. We're good.
Well,
Good luck.
you ain't drinking Ensure. What are you drinking? Pedialyte?
Yeah. No.
Pedialyte, gross. Pedialyte is excellent for you, but it's
I have not had Pedialyte either.
I've had it.
Have you?
what? You never had Pedialyte? What?
Well, it's like
Yeah, I must have never been
electrolyte drink,
dehydrated
right?
before.
Me? I'm sure I have, but no, I've usually rehydrated with water or Gatorade or something like that.
A lot of times they use it in pediatrics.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they try to do the least invasive option as possible with kids.
Sure.
So they will give kids Pedialyte in the event they're dehydrated instead of just giving them an IV with fluids in it.
Makes sense. That's a lot kinder for the kids having to go through an IV situation.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that Ensure, if I had to drink it, I would do it. I'd add to a smoothie. It'd be fine.
So now Rachel says Pedialyte is gross. Pediasure, however, is good.
Oh yeah, Pediasure is decent too.
I did not know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Is it like Ensure?
It's kind of like Ensure, but a children's version.
Oh. Huh.
Like they changed the calorie content, the fat content, all the the different nutrition content stuff. They change a little bit of it up and make it for kids, basically.
Okay.
Hey, Fishwick.
Go sit in the corner. That's right.
Join me. That's where I'm at.
Man,
nice corner, y'all.
Things have escalated here, guys. We're talking about hydration and
now,
meal
how do you get to this? From making you sure we're talking about creatures. We're not talking about humans.
I mean, humans technically, I think, are creatures, and we were talking about nutrition.
And aquatic.
You know what? Speaking of hydration, I got a question.
Oh.
Does anybody know? If anybody knows, do fish drink water?
No. They drink coffee.
Do they ever actually consume water?
I am going to have to turn to my friend.
Because you would think that they do. I mean, they would. I would imagine that they consume a small, minuscule amount, at least when they are eating.
It says now, okay. Yes, some fish drink water, but it depends on where they live.
Oh.
Alison,
I was going to say, or do they retain their moisture intake through whatever food it is that they're consuming at the time?
So interestingly, here is what I was able to find.
Okay.
For saltwater fish, it says they drink water to replace the water that is lost through osmosis, which is when the water moves through a semi-permeable membrane to equalize the concentrations on either side. Cool. Saltwater fish supposedly also have special systems in their bodies that remove salt from their blood and expel it in a concentrated urine. It says freshwater fish don't drink water because their bodies are saltier than the water around them. Instead, they absorb water through their skin and gills through osmosis. If they did drink water, they would swell up and die. Now, I cannot take any. I can't say the accuracy of what I've just read to you. So this is
fact checking.
I have not fact checked this, but it seems interesting. So it seems like, okay, so Steven says, yeah, part of osmoregulation, salty fish constantly drinking and freshwater constantly peeing. Okay. Okay. So it sounds like, yes, it sounds like saltwater fish do take in water to make sure that they don't, I guess, get as salty as it is accurate. Tom Alishon says it's accurate, and I would
Well, there we go. We just
trust
got,
his judgment as well.
We just got fact checked. That's awesome.
Yep.
By the way, that is a beautiful profile photo you got there. That ram. Oh my God, that is a gorgeous ram.
It's nice, isn't it?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We did. A solid showed up as well, and all things nature and Hawaii with Steve showed up in chat. Okay, if I missed you, y'all, my apologies. I'm trying to stay on top of the game tonight.
Yep, we've had a really great crowd tonight.
Yeah.
By the way, y'all, we got about 5 minutes till Ed goes live.
Oh,
We do. We do. Thank you for entertaining my topic tonight, guys.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
it was awesome, y'all.
You've given me some things to think about and to do, and probably some things not to think so hard about.
Like pediatrician.
No, well, I mean that's a whole separate thing. I was thinking about I probably am thinking way too hard about this feeding thing, but I hadn't had Corey's in such a long time. And then the other group that I've got are all by themselves. So whatever I put in there, Corey's eat, so I know they're eating.
Right.
It's the other ones that had me so concerned, and then the babies.
Right.
You know, I just had one more thought, and
Go for
it might be kind of a weird thought, but
lay it
y'all
on
know
us.
those small hamster balls?
Yeah. Did
Okay,
you
well,
call
they
it a
have-
hamster? Go ahead.
I did not. I can if you want me to, but I did not. But the small hamster balls that shut up, guys. Oh my freaking God. Children. I'm working with children. Ugh. Anyways, they've got little holes in the balls.
Oh no.
That's my earlier statement of I hate you guys sometimes. Gee. Anyway,
Carry
you
on.
take one of the hamster devices
Uh-huh.
that has the perforations in it.
Uh-huh.
And if you can find one with large enough perforations that could accommodate the different size of babies that you have in your tank. Oh my God, I cannot deal with y'all. If you could find one that could accommodate the different types of babies that you have in your tank, you could essentially put a small amount of food inside the ball, close it up, submerge it into the tank, and then that way they have a localized area where they can only them can get in and out of the ball, and the adults can't touch it.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done, Todd? Are you freaking done? Vibe, don't you get started again. Okay, you know what?
Welcome in,
get
bitch.
backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So one of those little things, right? Yep. Where they yep, understood. And then the fish can get in.
Holes and balls and baby fish.
Yep. All in one big
Yeah.
thing. Yep, got it.
Mm-hmm.
It actually is like a it's similar to the idea of like a snail trap, right?
Yeah.
Like they work on a similar concept.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're 2 minutes out from the end. I think let's go and wrap it up, y'all. Shall we?
Okay.
What you got, TJ, before we head out?
Thanks to everybody for another fun week, and thanks for all the ideas on this. This was great.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Mariah?
Well, thank you guys as always for coming out to hang out with us tonight. Thank y'all for having me up tonight again. And as always, y'all, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat other people how you want to be treated, and may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
Thank you. And thanks again, TJ and Mariah, for joining me. Y'all are part of the team. You make it special.
Well,
Anyways,
thank you.
before we do head out, I do want to catch some comments. I use a plastic canvas that sometimes easy to cut holes to the right size. Make your own. Awesome idea.
Yep.
Yeah, that they also got my brain thinking. So you could use those.
Also, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, good idea. We are 1 week away, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day.
And has gotten the turkey ready, either outside or in the freezer.
I picked
Gobble,
mine
gobble,
up on
gobble.
Wednesday.
Nice. So about that, y'all. Quick, wrap it up. Next Thursday, it might be interesting. So we'll try. I try to keep you posted. It might be just a pop up. We'll see.
Bit of a game time decision vibes, right?
Yeah. Yep. But
We're
until then,
playing this one
hopefully,
by ear, y'all.
yeah. Hopefully, y'all can bear with us. If not, hey, hang out with friends and family. Enjoy the festives. Thanks again, Jody P, for gifted memberships. Much love, appreciate it. Alrighty, happy Turkey Day, y'all. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
And happy
Bye.
birthday, Jenna.
Happy birthday, Jenna! Yay!